West Indies versus New Zealand. How you feel about that?
Top of the table, here we go. We are climbing Jacob's ladder, children.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, your channel of undiluted sports content. So Raymond and I are here to talk about the upcoming World Cup match, Group C matchup between the mighty West Indies and New Zealand. Raymond, when you hear that matchup, how do you feel about this?
Well, Kurt, it's a big time match, especially given that New Zealand lost their previous match to Afghanistan. And so they're looking to come back with a vengeance. And so I'm expecting them to not hold back at all in this one. And of course, West Indies have their eyes on going to the top of the table, and rightfully so, especially within their backyard. The tournament is being held.
I mean, you start out strong by bringing in Afghanistan, New Zealand, lowest moment, and you had to start with that. So just to share with you, on head-to-head, they've played 17 matches between the two teams. New Zealand is leading, Raymond, on head-to-head. They've won 10 of the 17. West Indies a meager 5, and there have been 2 ties or 2 no result. And if you look at the predictions, New Zealand have a 58.82% chance of winning. I don't know who came up with this, but West Indies playing in their backyard against New Zealand. West Indies ranked 4th in the world, New Zealand 5th. So on ranking, they're pretty close. So you're expecting a nail biter in this one.
Yeah, of course. I don't know if their statistical model probably punching some numbers of West Indies of the past 10 years, and they're like, well,
when Pollard was captain.
Right. Given West Indies' performance, they tend to always snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory, and those ugly phrases, except that one has to remember that it's played in West Indies' backyard. And so a 29.41% don't give West Indies much justice. It has to be higher than that. And the ranking also speak to it too.
So with New Zealand losing their first match to Afghanistan, and you alluded to that earlier, they are at the bottom of the table. There are no points with Uganda. No, Uganda won a match. So they're at the bottom of the table with no points, only played 1 match. So this is their second match. This is West Indies' third. West Indies winning this match will secure a space in the round of 16. I don't know what that will do for New Zealand, but this is a must-win match for New Zealand more so than the West Indies. But I mean, the magnitude of this match is huge. So what do you think West Indies need to do to ensure that New Zealand don't win?
Well, Kurt, more of the same. I mean, they started the tournament really, really well. Dispose of some, I mean, it's not super strong team, but they stamped their class. I mean, what they did to Uganda showed that they were very efficient, didn't waste much time. And of course, Moti, and not to mention Hossein, they played really, really, really well. And so if West Indies stick to those level of efficiency and confidence, especially in the fielding, I can't see where they won't come out victorious.
Well, if you're talking about the Uganda match, I mean, looking at it, the West Indies won the toss and decided to bat first. And in my perspective, I think their intentions were to score well over 200 runs based on the way the batters approached it. I mean, I saw, like Puran, for example, the way he got dismissed, it's clearly that he want to lick the white off of the ball. And when playing a tougher opposition that will have players that are a little bit more mature and skilled, you may find that that approach may not be a wise one. So the approach against Uganda cannot be that one where the batters just go out there and say, I'm strong, we can clear the boundary. So every attempt is going to be made to do that. If we look at the dot balls, for example, and the amount of singles that they run, those are areas that I think they need to improve when they're playing a stronger opposition like New Zealand.
Well, Kirk, there's also the winning of the toss and electing to bat first. I don't think West Indies should take that approach playing New Zealand. I think they should pretty much do the fielding first in playing New Zealand. That's how I see it. And so you pretty much can try to restrict them as best as possible. So you almost can go approach the getting their score with a pretty much good enough strategy. And so those singles that you mentioned and twos would take that into consideration when you're doing the chasing, as opposed to trying to put it forward.
So basically, in looking at the West Indies team and their approach, you're saying if they win the toss, they should probably bowl first.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, when you're playing a strong opponent, that's the best way to approach it.
Is there any changes that you'll make to the team that played against Uganda? King, Charles, Puran, Chase, Powell, Shepherd, Rutherford, Russell.
No. The only thing I'll probably change around is just the batting order between Rutherford and Russell. I'll probably put Russell ahead of Rutherford. But truth be told, I mean, if you were able to bat, Chase, then you would have a better understanding how to change up that lineup.
Okay, so the same team with the exception of a rotation in terms of the batting lineup.
Right.
Russell comes in front of Rutherford.
Right.
And for New Zealand, what do New Zealand need to do to? I don't know if I want to ask a West Indian this, but what do New Zealand need to do to win this match?
Shame on you, Kirk. This is sports down the middle where we try to be centered down the middle. The truth is, New Zealand has to, be mindful of probably Moti and Hossein, some of those top bowlers for the West Indies. Be mindful of them and not to just come show up at the tournament and leave so early. The truth is, New Zealand have some, it's a quality team, and so we're expecting way more than what they've been putting out. So less mistakes in the field, and persons at least trying to bat out that 20 overs and putting up a decent run rate so as to get a score over the 130, 140, and 150, thereabout.
Who do you think will be the game changer for the West Indies?
Boy, so the bowling always, it's been like that, and it's between Moti and Hossein. I'm almost leaning to Moti. Hossein had his chance, and he did so well against Uganda. So I'm actually leaning towards Moti on this one.
Okay, so fans out there, what's your thoughts on this matchup, West Indies versus New Zealand, in this very important Group C matchup? We see other teams struggling against smaller opposition, if you want to call them that. New Zealand struggled against Afghanistan, who were bowled out for 75 in 12 overs. Do you want to see that repeated when they're playing against the West Indies? Another low score for New Zealand, or do you want to see a competitive match where both teams score over 200 runs? We want to see entertainment, right, Herman? You want to see entertainment, or you just want to see the West Indies win?
Entertainment, but the 200 runs, boy, rough.
It sounds like a beating, but fans out there, let us hear from you. What's your thoughts on the matchup? Do you think West Indies need to stick to the same team, or do they need to make changes? They're playing in Trinidad at a new venue, so do you want to see newer players or different players? What about the thought of Shamar Joseph playing in this matchup, or Edmire? Leave those comments in the comment section below. And always remember to like, to share, and to subscribe, and to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of them friends to come and watch sports down the middle. Raymond and I signing out saying, be blessed.